The Los Angeles Chargers have struggled to make a name for themselves since the late 2000s, failing to win a playoff game since the 2018 season, and most recently choking a 27-0 lead against the Jaguars in the 2022 wildcard game. With new head coach Jim Harbaugh, the Los Angeles Chargers are looking for a new regime to turn things around. Welcome to episode 1 of the Los Angeles Chargers franchise. If you're new here, I am JDN and I focus on immersiveness over everything, and I also focus on being realistic with my franchises. You'll be able to create players for this franchise and potentially see them get drafted to LA, or you might be able to catch a glimpse of them on other teams, as I will be looking at the entire NFL as well. This franchise will not just be completely tunnel visioned on the Chargers, but instead I will look at rising talent around the league, or notable matchups or stars clashing in head-to-head games and stuff like that. Now, looking at our roster, the offense has some young pieces like the highly regarded quarterback Justin Herbert and the high potential wide receiver out of Georgia, Ladd McConkey. The O-line has two studs at tackle who are both young, so that's a big plus for us. But other than that, the offense is not pretty. Our interior O-line is not good at all, and our receiving core is lackluster, and our running backs are two former Baltimore Ravens who are solid at best. Defensively, it's also not that pretty. Like our offense, we have good pieces, but unlike the offense, these good pieces are not that young, with Derwin James, Joey Bosa, and Khalil Mack all at least being 28 years old, and with Khalil Mack clocking in at 33 years old. This defense looks to have some holes in the future, and a major concern is going to be our secondary, mainly our corners. We do have a good DB in Asante Samuel Jr., but besides that, our highest overall is just a 73 in Christian Fulton. Special teams, there's no surprises to focus on, but something to note is 1, Ladd McConkey is starting at slot receiver. Now, I was debating playing someone else here, but I think Ladd might be able to put up numbers out the gate, especially if he's in the slot. So this is his test run. I doubt he'll do bad, but there is some serious potential that McConkey could be a big factor on offense in this new role. Kamani Vidal, the rookie running back, is going to be our third down back, meaning he's going to get touches for sure in this offense. Now, he's going to have to show flashes, maybe not produce right away in the preseason, but with Gus the Bus and Dobbins behind him, there's no room for him not to make plays and still be starting as the third down back. In preseason, we focus on getting our young guys touches. Easton Stick struggled against a good Seahawks secondary, and overall there was some concerning play from the O-line as Stick was getting pressured by a bad Seattle pass rush. But Stick was able to make some solid plays, connecting to Ladd McConkey on a good throw and an amazing catch by the rookie receiver. Kamani Vidal wasn't running great to start his first preseason game, but he broke off a massive 55-yard touchdown run, showing off his explosive speed that can exploit giant gaps created by our own line. A great play showing some solid potential from our rookie running back. Breaking down who had notable performances in the preseason, Christian Fulton played pretty good, getting an interception on DK Metcalf near the red zone. Not an easy task at all going up against one of the best receivers in the entire league. A major factor for the Chargers is Ladd McConkey, and that's clear. He was looking real good in the preseason, getting tough catches on former All-Pro cornerback Tre'Davious White. Herbert played one quarter versus the Rams in the Chargers' second preseason game, getting his first passing touchdown to Joshua Palmer on a 33-yard connection between Tre'Davious White and Cam Curl to take a 14-3 lead. To cap off the game versus the Rams, the rookie linebacker Junior Colson made the game-ending interception on Jimmy G to give the Chargers their first preseason win. After 2 games, the Chargers rookies have made some impressive plays. Continuing with that sentiment, Ladd McConkey carries on his great preseason play with some nice catches against the Dallas starters. He really looks like a good weapon for Herbert to throw to out the gates. In the closing moments of the game on 4th and 20, Cooper Rush looks to throw over the middle and is broken up by the veteran Tony Jefferson. And with that pass breakup, the Chargers will end their 3 weeks of the preseason with a 2-1 record. The rookies have shown some nice flashes, especially Ladd McConkey and Junior Colson. News around the league so far is Clyde Edwards-Helaire has been having a bad training camp, especially with his run vision. So the Chiefs are looking to play Isaiah Pacheco more snaps as a workhorse back. This rumor seems to have some validity because in Kansas City's final preseason game, Isaiah Pacheco played every snap besides one while the starters were out. The same could not be said for Dolphins sophomore running back De'Von Achane, who was looking to have a breakout campaign after his historic rookie season. Mike McDaniels was talking about increasing his role in the offense, especially in the receiving game, but after suffering a non-severe ankle injury, his workload will definitely be reduced until further notice, giving Raheem Mostert the bulk of the touches to start the year. That being shown in Miami's final preseason game versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where De'Von Achane would sit out and Mostert would be the bell cow back with the starters. But now it's time to head into Week 1 versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Justin Herbert is going to have to lead his team to a win over their division rival. Led by Max Crosby, who is a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, and the Raiders also have some new pieces on defense like Christian Wilkins, who is an insanely powerful defensive lineman who can shut down teams' running game. Something that Jim Harbaugh wants to focus on offensively. The Chargers in recent years have been a pretty pass-heavy team, but with our new head coach, the running game is much more of a concern. But after a very slow first drive, the Chargers go 3 and out while already down 7. LA is in a very bad spot if the defense is not able to make some stops. With that being said, the defense was able to stuff all of the Raiders' run attempts to force third down, where Joey Bosa gets home to sack Gardner Minshew for a quick 3 and out to give Justin Herbert the ball right back. On a drive highlighted by 2 Ladd McConkey catches, the Chargers are going to end up checking down to the rookie running back, getting stopped a couple yards short of the first, so the Chargers go ahead and take the points, kicking the field goal to make it a 7-3 ball game. The very next drive, Joey Bosa again slams Gardner Minshew into the ground for another massive sack. And then on the very next play, Gardner Minshew throws an unbelievable pass right to the defense. The former Oregon Duck getting the interception to give the Chargers offense the ball back at the 33-yard line. Now on third down, Herbert just has to not turn the ball over here. And he actually connects with Palmer, who gets laid out, but he still gets the first down to move the chains. After chewing the clock down smartly, the Chargers have one last shot at a touchdown, and Herbert throws a strike to Joshua Palmer, who makes an incredible diving catch for 6, right in between 2 Raider defenders. In the second half, we start with the ball, and that infamous Jim Harbaugh running game went into full effect as Gus Edwards was pounding the rock to start the third quarter. At the 5-yard line, it looks prime for another goal line carry, but instead it's the rookie Ladd McConkey eating a big hit to get his first career touchdown in the NFL, increasing the Chargers lead to 10 after Cameron Dicker bangs home the extra point. On the following drive, the Raiders made it clear they had not given up, moving the ball efficiently in the passing game, especially over the middle to the tight ends, quickly getting inside the 10-yard line after a big play by first-round rookie Brock Bowers. On 2nd and goal, Gardner Minshew drops back and throws a jump ball to Davante Adams, who hauls it in, a difficult catch over 2 defenders, bringing the score to 17-14 with just under 7 minutes left in the game. After a quick 3 and out, the Raiders get the ball right back, and they were moving down the field, a roughing the passer call helping them out greatly. They decide to run play action, and Minshew throws a interception right to Denzel Perryman. Such a predictable ball to Davante Adams gets picked off to put the pressure back on Las Vegas. The Chargers successfully hold off the Raiders and chew the rest of the clock, winning in the debut of the new-look Chargers with Coach Harbaugh. It was a low-scoring, defensive, divisional game to start the year, and that's what Jim Harbaugh is expecting throughout the season. The stats paint the picture. Very low passing numbers for Herbert, which is very unheard of in recent years, but high rushing numbers from Gus Edwards, Dobbins, and Vidal, which is a definition of Harbaugh's grind-out style that is likely to continue, especially against teams that don't have a great offense. Maybe when LA plays a more explosive team, they'll look to pass more, but as for now, they are fine just running the ball and playing the defensive game. Joey Bosa stood out to me as he was a game wrecker against a weak Raiders O-line, while Khalil Mack was mainly ineffective on the other side of the ball. And for the most part, our secondary completely neutralized Davante Adams, a very impressive feat considering his track record against the Chargers. Next week, Jim Harbaugh is taking his team to Charlotte, North Carolina to take on the 2023 #1 pick, Bryce Young. Check out the next video to watch what happens. Until then, I'll see y'all guys next time. Peace.